Now, everybody, I want to tell you all that you should keep on studying and marking whatever doubts or problems you have in whatever we have studied up till now. Okay, in case there is anything that you did not understand, any topic that you want me to revise or cover again or explain again, just tell me. Okay, you can even WhatsApp me or message in the group or discuss with among yourself, and then you can tell me what all topics all the students or maybe most of the students have doubts in. So we'll cover that once again once we finish all the topics. Okay, so it is your responsibility to tell me after we finish the um, topics. And if anybody comes to college, please inform me that you have come to college so that I can come to the class. Okay, because if I do not know that you all are in college or in class, I will not be able to come, obviously. All right, so we start with marketing assistance for a business enterprise. A marketing plan aims at planning the marketing strategies for a company, its products or services. Marketing plan analyzes the market opportunities through market research, identifies profitable segments and opportunities through market research, identifies profitable segments and targets them through a compound marketing mix strategy which involves strategies for product price, place and promotion. Now, when we talk about marketing, as I explained to you all, marketing starts right from the point that we have thought about what product I should produce or what business I should start. This is because when we think about a product or we think about what product we should produce or what services we should provide, we always think from the point of view of what a customer would like. Okay, or we take the feedback or we research the market or survey the market as to find out what is the product that customers are willing to buy, and based on that we decide the or we conceptualize the business plan. Okay, now to think from a customer's point of view is related to marketing. Okay, so from conceptualization we think about how the customer would perceive my product, then while producing it also we try to find keep the quality in control or keep up the quality as per standards as to match the expectations of the customers. Okay, then after researching the market, we try to find out which segments or what would be the best target markets for my product or service, and we target our product to those markets or to those set of customers. Okay, now for targeting or for selecting the best segment, we need to create a perfect mix of four components of marketing. Okay, that are known as 4 P's. You may have heard about these. Yes or no? So 4 P's are very important from the point of view of marketing. Every question of marketing is related to any one of or more than one of these 4 P's. Okay, so what are the 4 P's? Can somebody tell me?
Yes, ma'am. Product, price, place, and one more. I don't remember.
Promotion.
Yes.
Promotion.
Promotion.
Okay, very good. So, product, price, place, and promotion. Now, these are the four P's. So, product is when we decide what should be the product specifications, the design, the quality standards, everything that should be included in the product. Okay, then price is what should be the price of the product, what will be the right price that will help me grab more customers and also help me earn maximum profits. Okay, so I try to find out the prices of other competitors in my industry, and then depending on the cost structure that I am incurring, I finalize the price of the product. Okay, then place is related to the positioning of the product. Where should I target to sell the product, and from where most of the potential customers are available. Okay, and finally promotion involves every kind of promotion technique that I should follow in order to maximize my sales. Okay, so I create a perfect ratio, a perfect mix of these four P's, and that will help me get the most amount of sales. All good marketing plans must evolve from the support of the overall strategic plan of the business. So everything that I'm doing or planning here has to ultimately lead to the overall plan of the business. Okay, marketing plan forms the backbone. For example, if I want to establish my product globally, so I will from the very first day I will target on creating a product that is applicable globally to everyone around the world. Okay, it is not centered or specific to one group of people or one country or one gender. Okay, marketing plan forms the backbone of any business enterprise. A careful, well crafted marketing plan is possible if it is based on a thorough market research. Okay, so unless and until we thoroughly study the market or research the market, we will not be able to create the best kind of marketing plan for my product. Okay, just sitting in the premises or four walls of my office will not allow me or help me in creating a marketing plan that will be helpful for my product. Then marketing plan is a critical element in ensuring the success of business venture. A marketing plan aims to plan the marketing strategies for a company, its products and services. Based on the market survey, it identifies the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of the market. Yes. Then identify and segment the target market, and then plan the strategies for marketing mix for the proposed business enterprise. Okay, so these are the services that are provided by various departments of the government in the name of marketing assistance. Okay, so a lot of mainly the DIC is responsible for these kind of activities, where if any business requires any kind of help in their marketing strategy or help with research in the market, they provide that help. Okay, then market research. Marketing research is the biggest part of marketing. So, market research is the process of collecting information of any facts relevant to the market. Now, market, what do we mean by market? Market is not the market that we refer to, like we have various markets in Jabalpur, all right, like the Sadar, then there is the ladies market which is known as Ganjipura. Okay, so these are not the actual markets that we are talking about here. Okay, market means of any place or medium, not just a physical place, any place or medium which allows a buyer and seller to interact and transact with each other. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So, like, why am I saying medium? Because uh, online selling is also a market, right? So, market can be any way or any medium that helps you to sell or purchase goods and services. Okay. So, relating to that market, every kind of information that can be relevant to that enterprise or to that business is collected. Market research is a systematic collection of information, its analysis and interpretation to strategize some relevant business decisions, like whether one should enter new markets, whether one should change premium prices, what kind of discount would be more attractive to the customer, etc. The purpose of market research is not only to assess customers but also make decisions in relation to the direction in which the business plan should flow. Okay, the information collected from the market research is quite exhaustive, and hence strategic decisions based on the market research can prosper a business enterprise in the growth path. Okay, so any kind of information that can help the market or the business to prosper in the market, okay, is part of marketing research. Okay, and obviously, as we studied in MIS as well, that every business requires a lot of decisions to be taken, and these decisions cannot be taken without the right kind of information available to it. Okay, now steps involved in conducting the market research. What are the steps? First is formulation of objectives. So firstly, we formulate the objectives, we set the objectives, what are the targets or aims that the business needs to achieve. Then research design. Here we try to design a pattern of research or a pattern of collection of information that will be most appropriate for my business type. Then data collection and tabulation. So after I design the research technique, I then collect the data, and tabulation means organizing the data collected into a table. Okay, now nowadays it is easier to tabulate and collect data because you can just create a Google form and share the link with everybody whose response you want to collect. Okay, and Google will on your behalf already create a data or a table form or organize the data in a tabular form. Okay, so you do not need to do anything. It can even analyze the data on your behalf. Okay, then data analysis, which is the next part. So once we collect the data, we organize it, and obviously why are we collecting the data? So that we can study it and draw conclusions from it. Okay, so that is what data analysis gives you. It gives you the conclusions that can be drawn from the collected data that you can use in the form of information. Then documentation. So we note down or document the conclusions, the analysis that has been drawn from the data, and then this documentation helps us in taking the decisions, okay, related to marketing. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, then moving on to segmentation. What is segmentation? Any business venture has limited resources and hence it cannot satisfy the needs and wants of all the customers. It is for this reason that the segments are drawn. So it is not possible for every any business in the world, how no matter how big or how small it may be, it is not possible for any business to target or to serve every market in the world. Okay, so you have, every business is given a choice. They have to select what market, what group of people, what age group, what country, what type of citizens, what gender are you actually targeting. Okay, so that is known as segmentation. Segmentation means dividing the entire market into different segments or parts or groups, out of which you select the group that is most applicable to your business type. Now, this is the reason for the segmentations are drawn. Segmentation is the process of dividing the market or customers into similar characteristics or behavior. Okay, like you can divide segmentation. We'll see different types of segmentations here. For example, the population of a city can be divided into toddlers, kids, teenagers, youth, middle age, old age, etc. Okay, there are a number of variables in which markets can be segmented. Now, what are the bases of various general bases of segmentation that are followed? The very most common is the demographic segmentation. When the target market is divided on the basis of population, it is called demographic segmentation. Okay, now population can include a lot of things. It can include the age of the population, it can include gender of the population, the income of the population, occupation, qualification, then preferences, area of residence. Okay, anything related to the population is comes under demographic segmentation. This can further be divided into segments such as age segment, income segment, gender segment, and educational qualification, etc. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Then moving on, psychological segmentation. Psychographical segmentation. Segmentation that is based on lifestyle or personality of individual is called psychographic. Now, psychographic is somewhat related to psychological. Okay, here we study the likings, the preferences, the dislikes, the demand pattern of the customers. Okay, and based on that we divide or segment the market. Understood? Like urban areas and rural areas, then higher income group and lower income group. Now here we are not dividing them on the basis of income, we are dividing them on the basis of their lifestyle, on the basis of what kind of products they prefer in their life. All right, then geographic segmentation. Obviously geographic segmentation might be related to depending on geographical locations. When the segmentation is drawn on the basis of geographical region, it is called geographic segmentation. It can be northern, southern, western, eastern city, or metro, urban, or rural. Okay, so depending on where the person is living or residing or belongs to, it will be segmented. Okay, so the example of this can be most of if you go to the southern cities, you will see a lot of products like pre-packaged or ready to cook dosa or idli batters, okay, that are readily available, because the preferences of southern cities is that kind of food. Then Behavior segmentation. When the segmentation is drawn on the basis of behavior or attitude of customers, it is called behavioral segmentation. The behavior or attitude vary on occasion, usage rate, benefits, loyalty status, buyer's readiness, and user status. So, depending on what kind of behavior or what kind of occasion it is, the people or the customers can be segmented or divided into different groups. Like at the time of festivals, a lot of people do buy various products. Like during the month of Diwali, a lot of purchases are made, maybe of apparels, of electronics, of furniture, etc. Okay, now these kind of divisions, some people prefer to do this, some do not. Okay, and that can also be divided on the basis of geographic segmentation. Okay, so usually the companies take a combination of one or two of these segmentations, okay, and then use that as their positioning technique, which is the next topic that will come to. Market positioning. Market positioning can be defined as the out of projecting the company's product or services in such a way that it appears attractive to them. It is an image making exercise which helps the company to portray to the target segments in such a way that it appears attractive to the customers. The following variables should be assured for positioning the product or service. So what all should be considered while positioning? Positioning, as I said, we are trying to establish the product or the company or the service in the market, and this positioning has to be taken care of, because if we are not positioning the product in the right type of market, we will not be able to sell it. Okay, like mostly in the southern cities, people do not spend a lot of money on apparels or expensive dresses. Okay, and so this trend is more prone towards the northern cities in the country. All right, the image, what image the company wants to project, the pricing strategy, the packaging of the product, how competitors project themselves, the type of product, and product life cycle. Okay, so these are the things that need to be studied from the point of view of market positioning. Okay, now the market or the type of business that we are establishing may be good, okay, or maybe of the right type, the price would be right, the characteristics would be right, but if the positioning is not right, if we are not targeting the right kind of customers, it will not prosper. All right, understood everybody? Any questions?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Is there any question in what we studied today? Please go through once again. I'm showing it to you. Read through once again and ask me if there is any question. Nothing?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we'll stop here today. Okay. Now we are only left with the last topic of this syllabus, which is the industrial sickness and its remedial measures. Okay, this is the last topic of your entrepreneurship development syllabus, and then we will be done with it. So I hope you all may have prepared your notes as I have been saying since day one.